and the small apartment seemed quieter than usual. Della sat at the worn wooden table, counting her money under the dim light. Once, twice, 3 times. $1.87. That was all. She leaned back in her chair and let out a slow breath. Tomorrow would be Christmas, and she had nothing worthy to give Jim. Jim, her husband, her world, worked long hours for little pay. Life had not been generous to them, but love had always filled the spaces that money could not. Still, Della's heart ached. A gift was more than an object. It was a message. And she wanted hers to say everything she felt. The apartment itself told their story. The furniture was simple. The carpet was thin. The walls were bare. Yet within those walls lived 2 priceless possessions. One belonged to Jim, a gold watch, old and dignified, passed down from his father and grandfather. Though Jim's coat was frayed and his salary modest, he carried that watch with quiet pride. The other belonged to Della. Her hair, long, thick, and shining, it flowed past her knees when unbound. It was admired by strangers and envied by queens. Or so O. Henry tells us. It was her beauty, her crown, her identity. And as Della stood before the mirror that afternoon, an idea took shape. Before doubt could stop her, she put on her coat and rushed out into the cold December streets. Snow dusted the sidewalks as she hurried past shop windows, glowing with Christmas cheer. At last, she stopped before a sign that read, "Hair goods of all kinds." Moments later, her hair fell to the floor in soft brown waves. $20 changed hands. Della barely glanced back. Her heart beat fast, not with regret, but resolve. She spent the rest of the afternoon searching until she found it. A platinum watch chain, simple and elegant, worthy of Jim's treasured watch. It held no unnecessary decoration. Its value lay in its purity, just like her love. As evening settled in, Della returned home. She curled her short hair nervously, trying to make peace with her reflection. Would Jim understand? Would he be hurt? The clock struck 7. Jim stepped inside. He froze. His eyes rested on Della, wide and unreadable. Not anger, not disappointment, just disbelief. Della rushed to him, words tumbling out in apology and explanation. She told him her hair would grow back. She told him she had done it for love. Jim reached into his coat and slowly placed a small package on the table. Inside were a set of beautiful combs, tortoiseshell, edged with jewels. The very combs Della had admired countless times in shop windows. The combs meant for hair she no longer had. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Jim explained. He had sold his watch. Silence filled the room again. But this time, it was different. The truth settled gently between them. Their gifts were now useless. Yet neither felt poor. They laughed softly, then warmly. Dinner was delayed. The presents were set aside. What remained was something far greater than objects. A quiet understanding that love, when stripped of reason, becomes something extraordinary. O. Henry ends the tale by calling Jim and Della the wisest of all who give gifts. Not because they were clever, but because they loved without calculation. They gave up what mattered most to give happiness to each other. And that, perhaps, is the true meaning of Christmas.